The Destiny universe is huge. We have Destiny 1 in its DLCs, Destiny 2 in its DLCs, multiple lore entries, and so on. And we can give a majority of the credit to Bungie. And with the Destiny series being almost a decade old at this point, it has spawned in a large community of people who love Destiny. But what if I told you there are people within that community willing to take the Destiny universe and make it into their own game? I'm talking about Destiny fan games. Destiny fan games was a topic I've been wanting to dive deeply into, but while researching for my script, there aren't that many out there. But it's better than zero, so without further ado, welcome to Destiny games not made by Bungie. Enjoy the video. I didn't know whether to call this 2D, pixel art, 8-bit, but you get the whole point. Starting with the first and oldest game on this list is Project Tiger. Project Tiger was made by Helix3333, also known as Brenton Whitwer, around July 7th, 2016. According to the Reddit post, the creator saw some art of Destiny as a 2D side-scroller and made a proof-of-concept game as a homage to Destiny for Bungie Day 2016. It was even featured in its very own community-focused article. Regarding gameplay, it's a 2D remake of the Devil Slayer Strike from Destiny 1. The objective is simple. You run around, you kill Shanks, you pass by a rather judgmental traveler, you infiltrate the Devil Slayer, and you defeat the boss. Overall, it's very short and I enjoyed it. For a 2D pixel art 8-bit game, it's actually pretty faithful to Destiny 1. Even the creator himself said that he intentionally coded the flaws, from the inaccurate multicolor to the annoying ass splash damage of Sebrix Prime, and I admire his dedication. I have one small nitpick about this game, is that you can't use the mouse to aim and shoot. Instead, you have to use the left control button, which made it a pain in the ass to target flying Shanks my first playthrough. However, this was an intentional design by the creator, who made this game based on all retro games he used to play while growing up. Personally, I enjoy the added challenge. The second game on this list is Destiny 0. Destiny 0 was made by... I'm not pronouncing that. Destiny 0 was made by GD the Cosmonaut around September 23rd, 2019. According to the Reddit post, GD drew inspiration from some Destiny pixel art mockups and Project Tiger. So this is a fan game inspired by a fan game, and the creators of those fan games were inspired by pixel art. The game is a 2D roguelike top-down shooter, and with its recent update back in February 2022, you can now play it on your browser. When you load into the game, you have two options, Vanguard and Crucible, but both game modes play it safe. You eliminate enemies by running around and shoot them until you win. You can also occasionally find chests with various weapons and upgrades, and eliminate enemies to jump health. This small browser game has a lot more features than I thought it would have. You can spawn in different pixelated areas of the Destiny universe, and in the Vanguard mode, there's even a boss fight. How fucking cool is that? Destiny 0 is a pretty decent game. I do have one small issue. There is some pushback, like recoil, which is fine, but there are some moments where I will push myself through a wall and my entire screen will go black, forcing me to reload my browser. GD said in the Reddit post that there were a lot of bugs to be expected, but that was the only one I encountered, and I couldn't be bothered to find more.
In life you have roadblocks.
I totally forgot Roblox existed until last minute, and so I had to rewrite my entire script to include them. So, Roblox fan games. Here we go. Project Eternity is a passion project made by Roblox user J12141 on October 2022. When you load in, you're treated to an animated title sequence that slowly fades you into the tower, and I gotta say, I'm very impressed with how the tower looks. The characters, on the other hand, are... You can explore a tower and talk to NPCs to start activities like Glimmer Hunt, a Vanguard mission, Clash, and Sparrow Racing. They even had its own inventory system and an Eververse where you can buy cosmetic costumes of different Destiny characters. Not with Robux though. You can only get cash from collecting little glimmer pieces scattered around the tower and killing enemies. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, there are more places to go than the tower. We got Europa, the Helm, the EDZ, the Cosmodrome. The gunplay is really janky, but I can't really complain because it's a Roblox game. You can just spam your left click and make all your weapons rapid fire, even the rocket launchers, and it's so funny. This game is currently on hiatus, and also it's kinda dead, but it would be cool if we can get some people in here because I kinda wanna try Clash and Sparrow Racing. They look very fun. It's clear that Project Eternity had a lot of effort and passion put into this, but on the other side of the Roblox fan game spectrum, we have Destiny 2. This was made by Roblox user 1MrBlack1 on January 2022. It's just like the last game, but worse, visually. You start off with a blue hand cannon, but you can buy better weapons from the shop using points, and the only way you can get points is by collecting glimmers scattered around the area. Instead of NPCs, you go to portals to start activities. There's Europa Strike, the Crucible, there's a Eternity, and holy shit, Gambit. There's an activity called Kate's Will, but you need a battle pass to access it, and it's $20. This game is a buggy, glitchy mess of a game that was probably made in 2 days, and I love and hate it at the same time. The enemy models look out of place, like they're straight ripped from the game. I don't know how Roblox games work, so I could be wrong. When you go to the shop to buy a weapon, you have to leave the game and then load back in order for your weapon to save, or else all the progress you made collecting glimmer in order to buy the weapon is lost and you have to use this stinky doodle caca blue hand cannon again. Also, while playing a random game of Dares of Eternity, I managed to launch myself into the fucking stratosphere. If you ignore all those faults because it's a Roblox game, what do you expect? This game is pretty okay. Alright, we have a more niche category of fan games, visual novels. Stolen Shine and Glacial Grace are visual novels created by Vern Dusk, and they're a bit more recent, with Glacial Grace coming out around December 2021 and Stolen Shine around March 2022. Both of them were made for game jams, with Glacial Grace being submitted to the Winter Visual Novel Jam 2021 and Stolen Shine being submitted to the NaNoWriMo 22 Jam. Also, these games are story driven, but they're not lore accurate, so here's a slight spoiler warning before I continue. I played Stolen Shine first, and by play, I mean I watched the only YouTube video about it. I want to try my best to explain the plot of both of these without sounding boring, so I'm just going to use these little characters I commissioned from a friend of mine as puppets. You're a Titan named Holly, who doesn't want to do fire team stuff, and so you leave your fire team to go explore the throne world. After a brief altercation, you meet a hive acolyte named Misnif, who doesn't want to kill you. One thing leads to another, and it's a great progression. You guys are almost friends at this point. But you've been betrayed and ambushed by Hive. That was ending 3. There are 2 other endings, but I can't be bothered. I actually went ahead and downloaded Glacial Grace because there were no YouTube videos about it. In Glacial Grace, you are a hunter named Farna Min who goes to Europa to seek the Gift of Darkness to prove her worth as a guardian. You acquire stasis, fight a bunch of enemies, get in a fight with a Titan, and get frozen. That was ending 2. And again, there are 2 other endings, but I can't be bothered. Although I'm not a fan of visual novels, it was really interesting to get out of my comfort zone a bit and try out a new game genre. The story for both of these games are very short, around 20 minutes long, maybe even longer if you decide to go for all 3 endings. I didn't show any official character art from the game, just the background art, but these are what the characters look like. And I can't really give an example of what they remind me of, but all I can say is that they really fit with the theming of both games. There are some scenes where scribbly storyboard sketches appear, that was probably due to Vern Dusk having time constraints, and so I'll give it a pass. I can't really critique anything gameplay wise because the gameplay is just point and click, but in Glacial Grace I was kind of surprised that you can choose what path you can go instead of just dialogue. It's probably not that big of a deal, but this is a new thing for me, so I just wanted to point that out. If you're into story games and you like Destiny, you should check both of them out. Alright, honorable mentions. I'm just gonna speed run through this because it's 1 AM the time I'm recording this and I really want to go to sleep. The Calamity mod and Stars Above mod for Terraria are mods for Terraria that add weapons, objectives, NPCs, and so on. There are some Destiny 2 Easter eggs where you can craft the Hawk Moon, Wrist of the Worm, Snoggy's Burden, and so on. In the Calamity mod, you can get a little ghost pet, and the only thing it does is just shout Guardian down whenever you die. D2RPG is just Destiny 2 but with 2D images. It was made by content creator Cheese Forever, and I wanted to put this on the official list, but it didn't really interest me, so I'm only putting it on honorable mentions because I stole the title from him. So, you're welcome. One Night at Destiny fanbase was supposed to be a Destiny Five Nights at Freddy's game, but I guess it's already been abandoned because the last time this was posted was 4 years ago and there have been no updates since. Whatever the fuck this is, that's all I have on my script. I don't even know what to say. And finally, we have The Breach, a Destiny 2 quote-unquote horror game made by YouTuber Foamy999. There isn't really anything to talk about this game because it's just a full-blown shitpost. The video is great though, you should watch it. And there we have it, Destiny fan games. I know I probably missed a few, at least I hope I didn't. But if any more comes out, or if I find any more, then I'll probably make a part 2 to this. All the games I mentioned are linked in the description. Have a nice day, like and subscribe. I'm going to bed, and see ya.